Disclaimer. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only and should not be considered as facts. Nothing that is said about any person, organization, gaming company, or sport topic in general should be taken as facts, as well as any talk about any political, religious, or medical topics. As for medical topics at all times, you should speak to a licensed medical professional before any opinion is considered. Everything that is said on this podcast is opinion-based only. Viewers and listeners' discretion is advised.
Welcome to the Dr. VTach Show. This podcast is a long-form conversation hosted by Dr. VTach with the top guests in the world of esports. All from owners, pros, semi-pros, former pros, and content creators of many games. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dr. VTach Show. Well, today we got a special guest, and this guy is brutal. Let me tell you guys, this guy is tough. How tough? Well, he's so tough that Thanos rubs his belly to get a wish. I'm going to tell you, that's tough. I'm like, this guy is good. And I am really happy and honored to have him on my show. Guys, you're going to learn a lot from him. He is a phenomenal content creator. He streams on Twitch. And why he's not in Pro League, well, we're going to find out today. So, guys, I want to introduce you to my good friend, Thomas. Thomas, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, VTach. How are you? Thank you for the amazing introduction, by the way.
Thank you, man. You're welcome, man. So, how's life been treating you, man? How things going?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you, VTech. I cannot complain. A lot of people that transition from Siege to in real life activities, IRL, end up always wanting to come back to Pro League. For me, I didn't want to end up coming back to Pro League. I just wanted to come back and do a hobby, which was gaming. And I was already playing CS2 when I left Pro League, like level 10 Face It, whatever. Just to kill time in my downtime. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, Tom, you said you're not coming back." I said, "Yeah, I'm not coming back to Pro League. I'm just playing ranked, just still if I say this correctly, crapping on kids in a more respectful term."
Yeah.
But no, everything has been good. I'm a Catholic man. I've made that known the whole time I've been in Pro League. If you look up any pictures of me, of my jerseys or anything like that, I always had a cross or a crucifix, as I would say, over the jersey. So I've always been, I wasn't quiet about it, but I respected everyone else's opinions. But at the end of the day, I let people know that I was a Catholic-centered, devoted man. And a devout Catholic, obviously. And so I think for me in my life, if it wasn't for God, I'd be either pretty much dead or, somewhere worse.
Wow, that's amazing. Amazing testimony. Because, you put God first. You put Jesus first, then gaming. And not everybody does that.
Nope.
A lot will say, "Oh, I thank God," but at the end of the day, they put their flesh first, the stuff that they want first. And I noticed that about you. I noticed I'm like, wait one second, this guy's he's changing a lot. Now he's more Christ's path. You're putting a lot of your faith in God and even though you're crazy and wild, that's your character as you portray online, but in the depth of your heart, I noticed that you've been seeking God, and that's really important, man. I'm a faith believer as well. I believe in the Lord, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
Amen.
And I'm in the same boat. If it wasn't for him, I probably would have been dead as well, and I probably would have been into other things that I shouldn't be.
Exactly.
But yeah, man. So I looked at how you performed, and I always been boggled. I'm like, this guy is so freaking talented, so freaking good. The game in and out. Mm-hmm. And it's just why not even give it a chance? Why not even try Pro League again? Have you been reached out? Have people hey, you want to come back?
It's not that I have been reached out to. Um, Back then, before like, because I keep bringing up this Catholic stuff, but before like I went public really loud with a lot of the things that was happening within the scene, and ideologies pushed, and I'm Catholic, and I pretty much stopped it from being pushed on me. And there was actually another instance about the cross for an interview for Siege that we'll get to later.
Mm-hmm.
That was never aired, by the way. But a lot of people looked at me in a different way. So I used to average 200 viewers a stream on the way to get charms, such like that, whatever it was. And because I had this ideology, my streams cut, and I kind of just said, screw it, I'm going on a year vacation. So I went on a
Mm.
year vacation. I went to Iraq, this, that. Anyways, long story short, I came back. A couple months ago, end of February, beginning March. I was playing here and there, but like I wasn't really trying. Like I played 2 games, I got tired of it. You can even see it on the R6 tab. I got like bronze, like out of 3 games. Like I ranked up, and then I just stopped playing, went back to CS2 or CS:GO. And then when I came back, when I started streaming, I never really hit back like the 50 people mark, 100 people mark, but I'd have like 20, 22, like I have today. Um, and what I would notice is the Siege players, the pro players that are in the scene now watching me,
Correct.
and they wouldn't say anything. And I ended up messaging one of them. I won't say who it is. I messaged 2 of them actually, and then the other 2 were on the same team, and then these 2 were friends. So I messaged. I know the scene. I still know the scene. I know who's
Mm-hmm.
with who. I'm not an idiot. So I
Yeah.
messaged them. I'm like, yo, you guys ever gonna like type in the chat? Like I see you guys there. They're like, no, we're just looking for the stuff you're gonna do so we can take it and use it in Pro League, in ranked, by the way. This
Mm.
is ranked. I'm like, I'm just thinking, I'm like, are you guys still doing that? Like, because back in the day, there's actually a funny story. Back in the day when I was on Luminosity, like the original Luminosity. We would be playing SSG, or it was SSG when they had Troy, and on Consulate, I was known as a guy who didn't give a crap that played smoke, as in I will crap on you in respectful terms, playing the meeting room projector. Remember, if you had the shield there, they have to peek the windows. I would kill you, drop the hatch, drop the other hatch, flank up basement as smoke, and kill anyone who's there as well. So I
Mm.
did that to Troy once, and he was like, dude, are you an idiot? Troy, which is Canadian. He's like, what are you playing, the roaming smoke? And then you see it 2 seasons later. We play a lot of LATAM team, or we went to an event. It was DreamHack Montreal, and there's a lot of teams from there. There's a lot of LATAM teams. I remember, I think one was FaZe or something along those lines, and they were talking to me, and one of my ex teammates, Rexon. They're like, we take a lot. They're like to us, we take a lot of the things you guys do. We're like, what do you mean? They're like, we take a lot of your pushes, we take a lot of your defenses. I'm looking at him like, what do you mean by defense? He's like, your smoke. We don't have our smoke playing they say a bad word, but like a scaredy cat now. It's another,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, no, we just let him do what he wants, because when his 3 smokes are done, he just sit there, die. No, let him peek. I was like, oh my gosh, bro. It's like I was like, I'm not saying like I invented it, but I'm saying like that's how Siege is. You take from someone else. I mean, there's a lot of
Correct.
ideas we stole, 100% we stole and made it better. And that's how
Correct.
IGLing is. I mean, you're not gonna, oh, by the way, he copyrighted that strat, we're not gonna take it. No, we just take it and make it better.
Yeah, you're
So
just improving it.
so literally, like the pro player thing, they come into my stream still, watch me, like for 6 hours. Like at one point, 2 of them were watching me for 6 hours and didn't say a word in the chat.
Mm.
Like at that point, you're like, all right, like either they're asleep watching me or what. So I messaged them like, yeah, y'all still like y'all want some popcorn? What? But no, it's a good thing. But yeah, I'm still deeply rooted into this scene. I think a lot of people don't realize that, and there's a lot of people that still don't know me, the new ones that think I'm just a normal player. So whenever I queue ranked and I'm already like top whatever, I don't think champ matters, but top 100 champ, and they're like, dude, this guy's cheating, and I'm like, all right, guys, I was up an X Pro, I'm not cheating. You guys don't have to report me for toxic chat when I didn't say anything.
Correct. Yeah, they just don't know who you are.
No.
And you know what? That kind of sucks because nowadays the egos are so freaking high. Instead of giving you the credit, like, hey, I learned this strat from Thomas. I just do it just a little tab different. I just do this. But other than that, I learned it from him. Mm-hmm. A lot of people learn from Bikini. A lot of people learn from Kickstar. And they just, made
Kickstar.
A little bit tweaks in there. But they just don't say it. I know a friend of mine that he's a semi-pro on Halo, and you see all these freaking pros on his stream and just lurking and just watching him, and I'm like, okay, but then again, they don't pick him up.
Yeah.
And it's proven that he's better than them, and they don't even dare to say, hey, you want to come and join our team? We need you. They want to reap up all the benefit, everything because they know you're special, Thomas. That's what it is. They know you're freaking good. And the reason why they're looking at you, because they know you're better. So they're going to suck up everything that you have and use it on their own. And then I bet you anything, they're going to say they came up with it. They're not gonna say, "Hey, Thomas is the one. I saw this in Thomas."
No, I mean, there's still some pro league players that I talked to in Discords or whatever. Like even let's say a couple days ago, not a week, but very good pro league players, top of the board. They're like, "Tom, you could still compete if you wanted to." I'm like, "Yeah, but there's a lot. I mean, the scene now is way different from the scene before. Like, you guys are getting paid shekels at this point. You guys aren't getting paid." It isn't a livable scene, like, and I'm not gonna come here and request thousands of dollars when people can't even afford to pay that, and that's a whole different subject that we're gonna walk through in a little bit.
Yeah, it is the how was it that Summit told me? I was Summit 1G told me it's the what was it? Oh. It's the politics of esports, man. He says there's nothing you could do about it. Because I DM him and I said, man, this is like tough. This esport. It's like freaking, like kind of like really difficult to go through and all this stuff. And he goes, man, that's the politics of it, man. He says, now I just do content creation. And that's what he does. There's so much baloney that's going on now. And a lot of these players are very underpaid. They had to pull in so many hours, play like 10 hours a day, but still get underpaid. And then they're expected to win. How can you win and have that motivation if your employer is not paying you even good?
I'm not going to lie, it's not always the employer not paying you good, because I had employers that paid me really good. And back then, obviously, shout out to obviously Luminosity and Xset. I never had that pay raise like they did at the end towards Xset when they transitioned to M80.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say the pay isn't even an issue. I think till this day, even though there's only some of it happening, I think a lot of coaches now are not paycheck driven. And they're more so wanting a champ or like a team driven, like Fett on Beast Coast. Like he's like I could say like he's willing to. I think he's from an outside POV. I don't know the dude that well, but he's willing to drop someone if they statistically do bad after a while in order to get better. I have played with coaches that would save their job and make friends with the players, and this has been 99% of the teams that I've been on. Except actually 75%. The only time was one team, and I'll tell you which team was that. And they actually won a world championship after I got dropped. Like 3 years later, they won it. 2 years later. But 75% of the teams I've been on, and I've been on 4 or 5 pro league teams. That's a lot. Have been friendship driven. the biggest one was LG. Hyena, even though they're my friends now. Dude, I don't talk to as much. Factor, I don't talk to. We qualified with DrVtach, aka Yardy. We dropped Yardy to get an org. Stupid move, but whatever. It happened. I think Yardy would have been one of the better players on that team. Rexon was new into the Pro League scene, while I was already on EXG, which became TSM that season. And then you had Virus. We had a coach, with no offense to Virus, well, I'm going to say it. He was just playing Tarkov the whole 24/7 we were there, living in Vegas. But he was still doing somewhat of a job, like watching scrims, doing this, doing that. Doodle was going negative every single game that we played. Factor, same thing. In Pro League, compared to the outside comp games, in Pro League, they were both negative 60 together, 40, and one of them was playing a Fragger, and the other one was playing Breach, and the other one playing Breach barely had any plans. And he wasn't even a Breach. Hyena was more so like the Breach planner. That was a friendship team. They dropped me for Slash Hug, which later on Slash Hug screwed them over, and they ended up not liking Slash Hug. We were a top 4 Pro League team with me on there when they ended up, after I qualified for 2 events for them, and they dropped me, and I knew I was getting dropped because the energy there. I'm an energy type of person.
Yeah.
I know when someone's gonna drop me. 3 of them knew they were gonna drop me. Rexon didn't, and they all told me I was getting dropped. And then one of them was like, "Hey, by the way, are we done with this conversation? Because I want to go back and play Tarkov or League of Legends." So I just lost my job, and people are like, "Yo, is this conversation done? Because I don't give a shit, and let me go play games." I was just like, I'm flabbergasted. But yeah, so like I got dropped from there. That was friendship, because afterwards, 6 months later, COVID happened. Rexon joins my team rent free, which ended up becoming Xset, and then he got picked up because we were like, we were pushing him to do good, and he did good that season. He said, "Tom, I wish I never dropped you." That was a friendship team. And that's coming from him. Another team, Xset. Xset was by far one of the worst team atmospheres I've ever played on. And that's not coming to Yardy, which is DrVtach, and that's not coming to Filthy prior to picking up Creators and Butters. Even though I mess with Creators nowadays, talk to him, that was a friendship team. Another friendship team. Brycer wasn't really our coach. He was a coach, but it was more so never swim alone. He never wanted to come to Pro League because he had a better paying job. He was making, $10K a month compared to, $2,500? What are you going to get from that?
Correct.
So when we go to Vegas, and people aren't performing, Yardy wasn't like a friendship type of guy. But okay, so Sweater gets banned before we join Xset. Prophecy leaves the team because he wants to pursue his career in nursing. We need to find 2 players. We were doing tryouts, but somehow, and I'm going to say it, Creators got on the team without a tryout. It was not a correct thing to do. It was like a bring him on to save my job type of thing. It was a dumb move from the people inside the team. And then Butters gets picked up. Butters was a scrim warrior. He did good in Challenger League, go to Pro League. He craps the bed. He's not focusing on his games. He's a party boy. And I can say that. I don't care. I can say it. He's a party boy. He's not focused on his game. Going to the scene. First stage, we're trying to drop 2 people. We ended up dropping 1, and 2 people get saved. Next season, we bring on a coach. This is what I call another team. Xset. We bring on a coach. His name is Jarvis. And then we hear words of him trying to get on the team. He tells Drip he wants to take my spot and play. A coach, by the way. And then he tells me that he wants to take Drip's spot. And I'm like, dude, what is happening right now? The team decides to drop Drip. He gets in Drip spot. I get dropped the next season. These guys get another pay raise. They pick up 2 players, and then they get relegated. Every team that like have actually dropped me for me not being the problem has statistically failed and has been left behind and could have been relegated.
Correct.
Mirage, same thing. When they dropped me, they still got 9th place. And then when they redid the team, then they went to Stockholm, Sweden, or wherever it was. So imagine being dropped from Xset again, and then you join a team, which was Mirage. You join a team where 3 players in one season were going to get dropped, but they couldn't drop 3. They can only drop 1.
Wow.
And a team atmosphere is messed up. You joined that. 3 of the players on that team think you're going to be because they know you're on Xset. You're the only one that pretty much plays on Xset correctly, whatever. They think you're going to be a bandage to cover up all their mistakes. Like they have a big scab wound, and you're one of those 99-cent bandages that covers a small little cut.
Yeah.
You come there, they think everything's going to be sunshine and rainbows, but you're not an idiot. You're that type of guy who's blunt towards people and tells them, like, there's more issues than what we're talking about. Which resolves to, same thing, horrible pickup decisions, which resolves to you being dropped. It is what it, like, listen, I mean, I wish sometimes I could change just the past and not join specific teams and just ride it out and wait. Because my thing is, I never had patience as a player. Like, when I get dropped, I just make it my revenge. Like, I use that fuel to get back in.
Correct.
And every time that I've been dropped from Pro League and couldn't join a Pro League team, I statistically won the CL season, like this first or second season after, and got back in. Happened on EXG. I got picked up to LG. By the way, they were called 92 Dream Team. A lot of people still know about them because what they did to Dark Zero back then during qualifiers. They were a bottom. They were 5th place in CL, and at that time you need top 4 to play playoffs, and then it's a round robin. Whoever wins, 2 of them get to push to relegations to play relegations. I joined the team. They're 5th place. We start crapping on kids. Factors on Toon Squad and loses to us and cannot play CL. Back then, you could twist the rules. He can join another team for playoffs. He joins Organized Chaos. Organized Chaos is conformed of Merc, who later joined TSM, then SSG, and then now Sonics. Fultz, who joined SSG and never left to another team. And they had Art, Factor, and Oasis. When we beat them, like, there was a recording going out that, like, all of them were like, damn, there goes our Pro League chances. Come to find out, these fools later, like 2 weeks later, joined Pro League teams. You know, everything works out for a reason. So Factor then loses to us in CL, and then we pick them up, and then I get dropped, and then they lose in Pro League. So it's a whole, like, it's like a domino effect, but it's like prolonged.
Correct.
Like, sometimes I make a joke. I'm like, dude, some people have 3 chances to make CL in one season or Pro League in one season and never make it.
Wow, it's crazy.
I know. There's a lot of things like people don't know about the scene that I still covered up because if it gets out, like some people are screwed.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate because to be honest, I believe what goes around comes around, but
I don't believe in karma. I believe that God has your back. I believe
exactly.
God has yes.
God has your back. But also the Bible says be careful how you treat God's children.
Yep.
And
wrong.
there's things that you do to someone and you're like, man, why is poop hitting the fan on me? Well, look how you treated this other person.
Man.
That person, is a good person. And if you look, all these teams that dropped you, they just flunk.
I know.
Flunk. What's the reason? Until
they did a whole rebrand, and when I say a whole rebrand, I mean like they took the actual toxic cancer out of the team. Like
correct.
Xset, when they did a whole rebrand, They brought in a new coach. They brought in everything. Like, they were doing it all. And I was telling them, by the way, I told all the teams that did a rebrand. I was like, guys, I'm not trying to be like the virtual signal guy and say I'm not the issue, but I'm telling you guys, there are way more issues at hand than just me pointing them out. So I used to tell the owners, like, guys, there's more issues, and more issues. But everyone is scared to say it, because the moment they say it and that person's on the hot seat, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, but what about your issues? No one in Siege can really take stuff. I won't say no one. I say like 60 to 80% of the people are just too deflective. Too deflective. You can't tell them, hey, by the way, you make a mistake. Okay, but you make a mistake. They'll respond to you. Okay, but you make a mistake and no one says anything. Okay, but that's not the issue at hand right now. Let's fix one issue and then move on to the next.
Exactly.
You're trying to like defend yourself,
justify yourself.
But now you're creating a domino effect of this happens. Okay, but then you're like, okay, but this happens, and they just keep going back and forth until the point where they can't even stand to be in the same house anymore. And then they go around people's back like usual and tell people, hey, by the way, this, and that. And there's a lot of grown men in the scene that played this game that their brain is actually a 2-year-old.
Yeah, they're still back in the teenage.
They're in high school.
Yeah, they're still in high school. Yeah, or elementary.
And they know what I'm talking about. There's a specific someone. The shot's coming at him, but I made my peace with it. He knows.
That's unfortunate, because when you get into the pro scene is when the moment that you mostly have to take everything very professional, and you take it as a business. We're here to win. Let's work together. Let's make this happen. We could do it. But once you get one spoiled apple, it could ruin the whole entire batch. And if they trying to make it friend driven, like, okay, let's get this guy out. I know he's good, but I could get my friend. He's good too. And I could probably get him to, be just as good as us if he scrims more with us and play with us. So let's kick this guy out. Yeah. And then when you come to know it, it's like, wait 1 second, this team is all buddies.
Yep.
It's not working out. Of course it's not working out, because you're just eliminated one guy that's actually the best on support, or the best person on flex, or the best person on, and all this stuff. And you just got rid of it. It's like, I'm going to give you a perfect example. Chicago Bulls. The Chicago Bulls, the players, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, they did not want Dennis Rodman.
Yep.
The coach convinced him, say, listen, let him play. He is the number one rebounder. There's nobody. He's going to get that ball in your hand no matter what. That's business driven. If it was for Michael and Scotty, they will prefer what? A friend.
Yep.
But the coach said, no, it's not going to go that way. We already got him,
I'm telling
so
you.
He said, sit down. We're going to make this happen. And they made it happen. Guess what? They won 6 championships. I mean, I think Dennis came in a little after, but he won like 3 with them back to back.
Yeah.
Just win. Yeah. So a lot of these guys don't understand that. Sometimes, I just think there's a lot of envy out there.
Oh, 100%.
They know you're freaking good. They know you're good, Thomas. They know that you're gonna. If you come back, you're the freaking next Chico Bolo. You're up to that level. I mean, I seen you play.
Thank you.
I can't deny it. I'm like, this guy is already good. You're a top tier player.
Thank you.
You're a top tier player. And it's unfortunate because you should get more recognition for it.
Yeah, I still think I'm one of the better flex. Like, I think right now you put me back in Pro League on a decent team. I think 100% I'm the top 4 of NA. Like, not players, but teams. And I think I'm top 30 players. Like, and that 30 players is a lot. But I'll tell you right now, like, I still think I'm better than half the whatever. But that's just like me having confidence. But I mean, you're not wrong on this whole people think that when you're better than them, they have this envy. Oh, 100%. Because everyone hates being on the chopping block, but no one uses it against them. When I was on Mirage towards the last season, I was on Mirage. I got dropped 3 times
Oh,
in the
God.
middle of the season, and I was still performing better than the next guy who was on the chopping block.
Why don't the owners like say, "Hey, okay"?
Because the owners. This is the reason. The owners don't. When you put 5-6 people in a team and 3 of them, like, listen, a lot of these kids, I call them kids still to this day, even though I have peace with them. A lot of these kids, they were never grown up in a you work for your thing and I reward you mindset. No, they were listen, having a $4,000 PC at 18, mommy and daddy's money. I call that mommy and daddy's money.
Yeah.
Unless you were working from 16 years old, your parents. But I can attest to this. I grew up poor.
Correct.
I was working a $3 hour job as a waiter, and the max tips a day was $30. I was working since I was 14 years old. Plus, I was mowing lawns. I saved up $1,800 for a PC. I didn't buy it yet. I switched my PS4 with my brother, who had a PC that was probably worth $500 at the time, and it was crappy for streaming. I was playing Bandit ACOG on PC, and then I bought a computer 2 months later. So I got the computer in September, and I said, bro, your computer is crap. So in November of 2018 or 2017, 2017, November of 2017, I bought a computer, went to Micro Center, bought the parts for $1,800, and bought a monitor for $400 or $200. And I showed the receipt to my dad, and he looked at me. He's an old school guy. He grew up in the war, back home, whatever. May God rest his soul. He passed away in COVID.
Sorry to hear that.
It is what it is. It makes you or breaks you. By the way, my best friend, pretty much. But he looked at his receipt, looked at me, and looked at me. And no matter what my dad did to me, I always respect him. If it was spit on me, if it was slap me, if it was look at me a dirty way, I would take that, make it a joke, and make him laugh. Like, when I tell you he's hard, like, he's tough, he wasn't a crappy father. He is
old-fashioned.
What
Old
defines
school. Yeah.
if a mountain can be moved by a person, he can move that mountain with his toughness, with his lovingness. That's all love. He looked at me and said, you're an idiot. He said, this is what you work for? You walk to work half a mile back and forth every day, and you spend all this? I said, Dad, I'll make it. Don't worry. When I got the job and I had to move for LG, I told my dad, he was like, do this once, don't do it ever again. And I look at it as when I got dropped from that team, it was a blessing because I got to spend 7 more months with him before he passed away. So everything in your life is a blessing. So going back to the thing, mommy and daddy's money. So you have people that don't know the worth of it. They have people that clean up after them. They have people that tell them you guys are clean when they're not. I used to live in team houses. McDonald's from a week ago would still be on the counter.
Oh gosh.
That's another reason why people didn't want me to live with them. I told everyone, listen, you go to my room, there's stuff all over the floor, but that's my room. That's my bathroom. I don't care if the trash is on the floor. That's my bathroom. I'm not showing it to you guys. That's my personal space. Don't enter it.
Correct.
But in a shared space, I would kindly ask for you to clean up your food.
Pick up after yourself.
Don't leave me unopened fries in the McDonald's bag in the outside for 2 days. Put it in the fridge. Don't eat it. That's just disgusting.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Dang.
So and that happened a lot. So whenever like I would bring it up, people would be like, people just start dumb rumors about me. It was stupid. They're like, oh, Tom's a hardhead. Tom's too hard. Tom's this. You can't live with Tom. Tom just wants to be in a clean household, shared spaces wise. I don't care if you have condoms all over the floor in your bathroom. That's your bathroom. But when I'm trying to make me food and the spatula is dirty and spoons still have milk stains from 2-3 days ago cereal. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
I would be FaceTiming, Discord calling my TSM friends, Achieved, Bolo, Bio during that time, Pojo. We'd be on Discord call. They're like, Tom, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm just doing dishes for the week since everyone's disgusting. And this happened on every single team.
Wow. It kind of sucks when you have these younglings. What you say that they just it's common sense and they still haven't learned, and I'm sure they were the same way at their homes with their parents.
But their mom cleaned up after them. My mom cleaned. I mean,
Yeah.
to this day, my mom, God bless her, I'm like, Mom, don't clean up my room. She comes in, she cleans my room when I'm not home. Comes up, I'm like, Mom, I can make my bed. She comes and does it. But when I am left for myself to fend for myself and feed for myself, I promise you, if at certain points we'd have movie nights in any of my rooms, because for some reason, I always had the bed that whenever a guest would come over, they have to sleep with me, because no one was comfortable sharing a room with people. And I said, dude, I don't care. Just don't touch my bathroom. That's all I ask for. If anyone needs to use my room, everything use it. Just don't touch my bathroom. Just don't. I put clothes in there. I put expensive stuff in there. I have my jewelry in there. I have important data in there. I always put it somewhere where I know it's going to be locked off, and I have a key, whatever. It's just whenever I went to a team home, it was always the bathroom because no one wants to check the bathroom. So I always have that in mind. Anyways, I would be sleeping with people. I'm like, dude, that's fine. You guys can use my room. Whenever they come to my room, it's clean. You guys want to dump crap on the floor? Dump it. I'll clean it up right after. Smelled good, candle lit, whatever. Just in my bathroom somehow, because the room with the guest always has the bigger bathroom. So they're like, dude, Tom, you have a big bathroom. Can I use your shower? I was like, dude, the only thing I ask you guys not to use, you guys all have showers. Just use your own.
Use your own.
Use your own. Use your own.
Wow.
Sometimes I'm sorry to say this, but how do I say it? I'm like a germ-friendly guy. In the bathroom, I don't want anyone else's germs in the bathroom as well.
Yeah.
It's me. If my mom calls me an OCD, and I am, my bathroom here, I have a towel to wipe my hands, and then I have a towel to put down the handle, so I don't get my hands dirty afterwards. And then I put the towel back and put hand sanitizer on my hand.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. So
yeah, I mean, I understand you because what I do at work at the hospital, you use to flush the urinal. I take a piece of paper, I flush it, throw the piece of paper, wash my hand 100 times. I don't open up the door to get out of the restroom with anything if I don't have paper. I mean, I'm very picky as well when it comes to touching stuff. So I fully understand you. And it's not that, is that there is bacteria there. There is bacteria, there is germs, but if you touch your own stuff, about you. Some other people, they don't even wash their hands after they use the restroom. They don't even do nothing. It's
I told people, do not touch my mouse and keyboard when I'm not there. Do not touch my setup, because I know if there's a piece of finger that touches it. And I would clean my mouth. Bro, some people, they're guys. They're going to scratch and sniff. They're going to do whatever.
Yeah.
I don't want that stuff on my thing. Like the kitchen, sure, you can clean the plates. But if you use my bathroom, I don't know what you touch. I don't know who you've touched. I don't know who you did something with. And you're here using my stuff. I'm good. First of all, Vegas is a dirty place. I'm not calling them dirty. But I'm saying people there, they're just all over the place. So, and I told people, they're like, Tom, I mean, you're too stagnant about, or hard-headed about it. I'm like, that's the only thing. That and other things. Just be clean around me.
Yeah.
I'm a big guy, and I would smell better than a lot. Every time there's a Pro League event, everyone's like, there's someone always has an issue with wearing deodorant wherever we go to a Pro League event. And I'm like, dude, how are people that ignorant? You can't wear deodorant, you can't wear cologne. You see my fragrances. I have everything from Yves Saint Laurent to anything you want. Like, I'm just that type of guy. I'm a big guy, so I like to smell good. It is what
Yeah.
it is.
It's supposed to be that way.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be that way. I mean, I'm the same way. I remember one time I was way back many years ago. I was working at Walmart. There was this guy that just didn't smell good, and I know it because he doesn't use deodorant. And I literally just went out of my own pocket, bought the best deodorant there was, medicated, because I don't want no freaking excuse. I go, bro, to be honest, I love you, but please use this, because it's kind of disrespectful for you do what you're doing, because a lot of people don't like that smell. You got customers coming in and they're just like, if you notice, they're walking a little bit backwards. Some are holding their noses, and it's not fair that I have to tolerate it. I'm buying this, and this is between you and me. I kept it kind of quiet. Just use it. You never know. There's probably a girl that likes you but doesn't want to approach you because, hey.
Dude.
So just wear deodorant,
yeah.
man. I mean, but I just, don't worry. This is medicated. This cost me $10. It's on me. Freaking use it.
Dude, and the obviously third world countries, or
this was an American guy.
I know. I'm short story. Like, when I went to Iraq for the first time, in order to get to my village or whatnot, we take we call it a micro. It's like a short bus, one of those buses that holds just 10, 12 people, or it's like those. You ever see those state penitentiary?
Oh yeah, since trying to reconnect. I turn off my VPN. It did this to me yesterday as well.
Okay,
there we
good.
go. Yeah.
So those state penitentiary buses, they use that for a lot of the transportation in Iraq. So this guy, man, he smokes, which is fine. Don't get me wrong. I smoke hookah here and there, but cigarettes, I don't like the smell. When I go places, when I drink, I like to have one, whatever. But he has his arm resting outside the window, driving with one, and window open, obviously, and air, and he's wearing a shorter shirt like this, and it's like this, and I'm sitting right behind him, and the air is just blowing into me, and it's no deodorant.
Wow.
You've never this guy used to know I know this person. I'm like, yo, by the way, man. In front of people, I said, I can't either close the window, or I pulled out deodorant from my handbag and I said, please. And he looked at me with disrespect, and people were like, you're not supposed to do it. I was like, dude, I can't. I can't. It's blowing in my face. I became like that.
I feel you, man. I feel you. I've been there, done that. People that just their hygiene, they just don't take care of it.
Yeah.
And you playing with players that they're in the same boat. They just don't even take care of themselves. They probably don't shower within days.
No, they shower. No. That was a big thing. No, that was a big thing. But they shower. But I'm telling you, the clean. When you know someone is clean, you don't know it from their hygiene. You know it from the inside. Is their room clean? Is their bathroom clean? Is their personal area clean? Is their car clean? If you have a dirty car, that means your lifestyle is either dirty or you're just on the road too much, which means you're all over the place. There's always some way to tell it. But when you don't even put your food in the trash, that's that says you need someone to pick up after you.
You know what I used to do, and I never said this on the podcast. When I used to be in marketing, I used to travel a lot. I remember one time I got the bottle of Clorox spray to clean bathrooms. I bought one because I had to share a room with someone, and I always pass it on the bathroom seat because that's my pet peeve. You sit down there, I want that sucker clean. So I would just clean in and out, and then people are like, man, this pen smells like Clorox, like it's bleached up, and I said, it's clean, right? Yeah. Well, I spray everything I touch here, everything. So no offense to you, but just so you know, this is just one of my pet peeves. I got to make sure it's clean.
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, I go to the gym and my glasses get sweaty, and it's my sweat. I can just wipe it off with a paper towel, like it's fine, right? I can just wipe it with paper. Nope. I grab a Clorox, put it on a napkin, wipe it, and then clear wipe it with the eyeglass wipes.
Yeah. Microfiber, yeah, get that sucker clean. So I assume in the same way you are with your mouse and keyboard. I mean, I don't blame you. And that's one of the things that they did a test. I forgot where was it I saw it. I even read it. They said the most contaminated thing you could touch is the elevator buttons.
I saw that, and I saw bathroom doors.
Bathroom doors, yeah.
The door handles. That's why before I wash my hands, I grab a napkin, open up the door, I put something in front of it, or if the door is closed, I put my leg to open it, and then I wash my hands, and then I just walk to my desk or walk back to wherever I was, and if I have a hand sanitizer in my pocket, I put hand sanitizer in my hand, and that's it. I people think I'm crazy, but I'm sorry, bro, but you don't know what's wrong with people, man.
Yeah. Nowadays you don't. I'm
coming up with fake stuff to scare people, and I don't want any of that fake stuff to be scared of, so.
Yeah. Wow, man. So yeah, living in team houses, I bet it was challenging, and you had some good times and some crazy times.
There are amazing times. Like I know I'm saying a lot of bad times, but there's a lot of good times. A lot of, I wouldn't say the learning experience for me, but a lot of talks I had with people. I felt like I've always hung out with older people even before gaming, like wise individuals. I've always hung out with my dad. I've always hung out with businessmen. I've seen things. I've been through things. So I felt like a lot of people asked me questions. A lot of people took advice from me. And there would be deep talks, one-on-one. Hey, man, this is going on through my life. And I tell them, same thing I told everyone else, man. Find what's making you sad. Either fix it or drop it. If you can't control it, drop it. If you can control it, pray, man. I know. I told them always, pray. Yeah, you guys don't see it, but everyone fights their own battles. It's just when I find my own battle, I have huge battles. But when I come into the game, dude, when my dad died, I was on rent free. It was a CL team, and I was like, you know what? It's gonna be my last run. My dad died on Wednesday. I was scrimming Friday.
What?
It was Thursday. I was scrimming. My dad died Wednesday morning. I was scrimming Thursday evening, and people were at my house, and my team said, Tom, take it off. We'll just sub you out. We'll make CL quals. We'll make it for you and come back. I was like, I need an escape, but I also need to know that what I'm doing is like I need to fight this battle.
Correct.
I wasn't given time to grieve. It was during COVID. And he didn't die of COVID. He died. The funeral home picked him up. And he couldn't go to a hospital for autopsy. They did a bullcrap autopsy at home. They didn't even open up. They didn't see the cause of death. They just said, it was. They labeled it as whatever it was during that time. Obviously, a lot of people were labeled something wrong. Everyone can know what I'm talking about. And he was buried the next day. No time to grieve, no time to tell people.
That was fast.
My dad was a well-known dude. Even during then, when they told us only 10 people can be at the funeral, we had 200. And that was in the middle of COVID. And I can say that proudly. There was 200 people. And everyone that came up to me had 2-3 people that told them, by the way, tell them, may God rest his soul, and that they wish they could be here. But they can't cross the border, they can't fly, they can't do this, they can't do that. Cops have checkpoints, they can't even cross states. you know. There was a lot of things. So they were like to me, I mean, there's still a video on DrVtach's YouTube page or Twitter page, literally, saying, man, this Tom, shout out to Thomas for being there through our CL run too. Like, it was, I told them, I was like, listen, I love my dad. My dad loved me, but it's either I make it or break it. If I don't qualify for this Challenger League right here, I'm done with Siege in general. I wouldn't have joined Xset. I wouldn't have joined Mirage. I would have just went and became pretty much something else in life. And obviously, God had different plans for me. And that's what showed that I could play with a big thing on my head. Like, I was still calling out. I was still telling people, do this, do that, do this, do that. It wasn't easy. It was not easy. So this is what I tell people, man. You can't control it. Either leave it behind your ear when you put on your mic. It's behind your ear. You're not listening to it. Or just, or either find out what you need to do and either drop that or find a way to control it. And if you can't control it, I mean, you got to drop one of them in order to focus on one. You can't put 200% or 100% in two different areas.
Yeah, it's true. I know that moment that you had to like get your mind off of things and occupy yourself. You're not the only one that's done that when a parent pass away or somebody that they love pass away. You got to do something. A lot of these athletes, even in different sports and football and baseball, you think to yourself, parents just died and he's out playing. What the heck? And it's not that. They're just doing it because they want to get their mind off of the situation. And they know that the fans, the players really depend on them. So you put a balance. You go, okay, what would my dad want me to do? Want me to be happy? Want me to be grieving? He's okay. He's in heaven. He's having a blast of his time, of his life. So I think I should just, do what I got to do to pass through this tough moment in life. And, there's always a time to grieve. And usually when you grieve, you want to grieve in private when nobody's watching.
I grieve to this day. It's grieve isn't. Everyone's like, Tom, you're not supposed to grieve anymore. It's been 4 years. I'm like, dude, it's not a wound you can just cover up. It's a black hole that you can't fill, but you just learn to walk over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you walk over it and you're beginning to slip, you're gonna fall onto it. But there's a ladder that's gonna pull you out or help you get out. But you're gonna come and visit it. That's a dead parents club. That's a dead family club.
Yeah. I mean, let me tell you, right? I think I sent you one of the videos. I'm probably resend it. One of the patients, I forgot which hospital, St. Jude Hospital or not St. Jude, St. Luke Hospital. I forgot which state. The patient, he went to the ER, died for an hour. He was clinically dead for an hour and 37 minutes or something like that. And they brought him back, but he got to see his grandma. He got to see his aunt. He saw the light. Yeah, it's amazing. They took 6 months investigation on this guy to make sure everything was like down legit. Spoken to the doctors, and the doctor, he said in the interview, yeah, he was dead. He died. There was nothing. All of his organs were shutting down, and then his blood pressure dropped and gone. And given CPR. I think that the comfort that he had, that he got to see his family. Yeah. He knows they're perfectly fine. He's like, okay. And then the Lord spoke to him and said, it's not your time. I need you more on earth than I do need you in heaven. Wow. So now he's at peace, So, I'm good. I'm just can't wait to go back home. I saw my aunt. I saw my grandpa. I saw my uncle, and all this and that, all his family's like, okay, I'm good now. I know where your dad is at. He was a loving man. He was a good man. Yeah. And you're gonna have that peace and
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
throughout time. I mean, he's perfectly fine. Trust me.
Peace doesn't come with that too. It comes with prayers,
It
and it
comes with
comes.
prayers. And
Lord
let me,
Jesus Christ helped a lot. So, and
yeah,
that was the thing that I said. After there, this is why my testimony came out. After my dad passed away, I just was angry with God, with Jesus, with the whole thing. I was like, all right, I'm done. Took the cross off. Got COVID. Stayed in my room for a month. I was being tested all around. Got into many different situationships. Started like cursing God, doing this, doing that. And this was during rent-free, CL times. I still made it to rent-free. I was like, see, I don't need God. And then right during Christmas, something clicked. I was like, dude, what the am I doing? One of my teammates got banned. Well, the other one left. I'm like, everything's falling apart. Who do I cry to now? I was like, the devil? No. I was like, what am I doing? Got back with God. I was like, dude. And when I went to confession back then, because it was COVID, you have to drive, and the priest would be at your window. It wasn't a drive-through. You'd be standing outside. You talk to him. The cars are waiting. Just 6 feet, pretty much. Follow those guidelines, by the way. And I was like, dude, whenever I got back, it felt like a clean shower.
yeah.
It felt like I was, and it's true when they say, that cross that he died on, no matter how many times you do it and you still feel that guilt, you know that you're an actual Christian, because no one is perfect and you're going to keep messing up. But the moment you look at that cross with the blood on it that's falling down to the end, you'll know that that's his blood that he died for, that's his blood that he died for you. Correct. So I look at it, I'm like, it was like a shower. My smile was back. I was on a different path. I went to Vegas. He cleansed me.
He cleansed you in and out.
And at that point, I knew the devil was real, because there would be certain times when I'm sinning, I would be sleeping for. Sometimes I have those 2-minute naps, 3-minute naps, and I still hear screeching, and it'd be like evil spirits that would pop in my mind, actual evil spirits, and people don't believe me. But it would be evil spirits, and that's another reason why I had to go back to God. And I could still hear the screeching. It sounded like one of those scary movie screechings where it's in 3 buildings down, but you hear it as it's right to your left side of the ear.
Mm-hmm. Well, I believe you. I know about that stuff.
Big red eyes. It was 100% real to me. Yeah. And people think, oh, this guy is just believing in Sky Daddy. Well, that Sky Daddy is Jesus Christ, Lord, and God Almighty, and Holy Spirit. I believe in them.
Yeah. I mean, there was a person that had a NDE, which near-death experience. When I say NDE, he went to actual hell and came back, and he said that's the worst thing ever experimented. And let me tell you, a lot of people think all this stuff is joke. A lot of these patients, when they go through NDEs, they keep it very quiet. They keep it very quiet because they tend to get mocked, or they tend to have family members believe they're crazy. Doctors will say, well, let me refer you to someone because I think you're not okay. And they just keep it quiet for many, many years. There was a patient once that he passed away. He was an atheist professor, died, went straight down. He said these spirits came out. See, he felt he was out of his body. He said, I'm good now. I'm good. I'm perfectly fine. I feel like I'm 20 years old. And he looked on his side of his bed. He saw his body, and these spirits came up to him and said, hey, come with us. Come with us. So he followed them, and he's like, where are you taking me? And they're like, shut up. And he's like, whoa, this is weird. What's up with these people, And everything's communicated telepathically. This is why a lot of things you get, all this stuff comes into your mind. And then, the enemy started talking to you right straight to your mind, just throwing these darts. And then he experimented. Hell, it was really, really horrible. He said it was just the most worst thing ever. And then all of a sudden, he thought of God. He said, God, if you're real, please show me. I believe you. God, help me. And all of a sudden, he saw this beam of light just sucked him up, went straight to heaven, and saw the majesty, the glory, the white, love, and peace, and told him it's not your time. And he says, I don't want to go back. He says, you got to go back. Came back. His transformation was so dramatic, his wife ended up divorcing him.
Wow.
Because she said, I didn't marry a godly man. I married and fell in love with an atheist. That was the person I'm in love with. And he has changed, went from not a 360, but a 180.
Yeah.
Completely opposite. So I fully understand you, and I understand what you're going through, and that change that happened in your life, that experience with God is very personal, and I know you would do anything for him.
I mean, I pretty much thought I got blacklisted from you before, if you want to say it like that. I mean, my character defines God. I mean, listen, I sin. Don't get me wrong. I talk about God every day. I'll tell you right now, yesterday I sinned, today I sinned, the day before I sinned, but guess what?
You're forgiven.
Tomorrow's coming. I'll be in confession, Wednesday confession. If I sin Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday confession. If I sin Saturday night, Sunday confession. I'm sorry. That's how I am. But an instance happened with me about this cross that I'm showing you. Obviously, it won't be on the podcast. It's just audio.
Yeah.
But this cross has always been with me from the start of my real estate journey. I got it from my church. It was blessed by the Pope. All my jerseys had it on. Like I said before, all my jerseys had it on. There's a beautiful young woman. I believe her name was Jasmine or Olivia. I think it was Jasmine, but she go by Olive for Face It. All the Face It guys are amazing and people. They used to love me because I'm a content guy and I always do whatever they want within guidelines, obviously, and it was always amazing. She asked me about it. She was like, hey, by the way, I was raised a Catholic. I think she was Latina descent or Hispanic descent. I forgot which country, and I'm sorry if I forgot, Jasmine or Olive, or I'm sorry. She asked me in an interview. She was running the interview questions. Why the cross? I gave a whole 4 to 6 minute spiel about it. Even the producers were like, yo, hurry up. 4 to 6 minutes is a lot. So I'm like expecting this to come out in the interview that they did. Come to find out, because obviously anything they do, even though they're the production company, they have to run it up by their people hiring them. Because let's say you hire me to do your work, but I'm like, or yard work, and I'm like, yeah, I think I should trim that bush, but you didn't tell me to trim that bush. And I'm going to do it, and then you tell me why'd you trim the bush. That's an issue. So they run everything up by the higher-ups, which was UB. They never aired that interview. They never aired it. That was another way that I knew that my religion is the real deal. Then I started talking about traditional values. And then 6 months later, DrVtach has a contact inside Ubisoft in Montreal. That contact, DrVtach asked him if he can ever be on content, because DrVtach's always had a big past, and this is what changed him as well, that made him more famous today. He played against them. All right, that's fine. You don't want me to be on your socials. I'll make my own. TikTok, 10 million likes already. At 100,000 views, at 100,000 followers.
Wow.
He's getting known more. What I did, I was like, I don't care, I'm out. But the message said, Drip, you are blacklisted from any UB socials. You and Tomas. And
Wow.
he said it to me. I'm like, why was my name brought up? But he was like, yeah, because they know you're, good friends with me. And we can't say that's Ubisoft Connect's name, but I appreciate who it was, and we know who it is, and obviously, we won't air you out. It's been almost 2 years and 3 months since that, or 2 years and a month since that was revealed to us. So,
Wow.
by the way, Ubi used to love me. Those companies used to love me. I was just doing my job.
I just think that a lot of these companies, organizations, I don't even mention names as well, allegedly what they try to do is that if you stand up for your own beliefs and you're not part of the big talk of political stuff and without this major thing, you're going to get blacklisted. So if you don't agree with something that's out there trending really big, I'm going to give an example. If you're against, like, look what happened to Nick Merck. He said, leave children alone. He didn't say, I don't like you or this and that. He just said, leave children alone to the transgender movement. Once you're past 18, do whatever you want. That's your free will. Go ahead. But when it comes to children, don't let them smoke cigarettes because they're not allowed to. They're not. They're underage. Don't let them be drinking. They're not allowed to. They cannot come up, well, that's their body. They could do whatever they want. No.
Let them decide for themselves.
After the age of 18, they can't even. Yeah, they cannot even have premarital sex. I mean, having sex or anything.
No. Let them do whatever they want. I'm going to cut you off because if a man or a woman go to the army at 18 and die by 20, God forbid, but when they come back to the States and can't drink liquor until 21, so we can serve our country, but we can't drink liquor until we're 21, so we can serve at 18, die in those 3 years, but not have a drink of liquor. But if someone's 6 years old and wears some heels, apparently they're a girl now.
And then they could choose to go ahead and do whatever they want.
I was 6 years old and I was wearing my mom's heels. That picture says, "Oh, look at this clown acting like a clown." Right? This guy's going to be a funny guy. I grew up out of it. I'm sorry to offend anyone, but that is my religious beliefs. And you know what? I am not sorry to offend anyone. I'm tired of saying the sorry to offend or sorry for the. No, I'm not offending anyone. Those are my religious beliefs. You're either going to die by the sword or are you going to live to fight through it?
Yeah.
And I'm going to live to fight through it because I'm not going to let this be run upon me. The reason why I had an issue with Siege, stop trying to push the political things on me. I'm a player. I'm not saying whatever I need to say. Back then, let's just say this right now, since they want to talk about this money bull crap right now. I just saw something on Twitter an hour ago, not even. Back then, they're petitioning to not have any gaming events in Saudi Arabia. All the Ubisoft people, all the Pro League people, everything. Because it's a Middle Eastern country and they're against the whole, whatever the thing is called, the acronyms.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for the past 2 years, they've been having Gamers 8. Millions of dollars. All those people, all of those Pro League teams that said, we will not be going to that country, have came back and said, I cannot wait until they invite us again and go play for it. Today, as of today, they announced a $60 million Esports World Cup series in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And every single one of those teams that promoted LGBTQ are going there. So anyone that wants to say that company is my favorite company, all of them are bullcrap. They all care about money more than anyone else.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's all about money.
They don't realize it. But go look at that tweet. You'll see all of them reply to it. Cannot wait. They're already putting their star players underneath it. Cannot wait. Guys, they don't care. They don't care about you. They don't. The only people that care about you are the ones that you pushed away already.
Yep. It's like I said, it's the politics of gaming. It's all hypocrite. It's all about money. It's you know how even I even noticed that even with Jinxie. How many people that Jinxie tried to reach out way back then? Hey, want to 1v1? They all said no. And people say, hey, will you 1v? He said, heck no. Now, if they ask him, oh my God. Now, if he asks, you want a 1v1? They be saying yes. They're already in his game.
I remember, I respect Jinxie. Back then when he had no followers, even he knows this. He probably remembers this. But I would repost. I would be the one posting his things on my Twitter and say, guys, this kid is a funny kid. Go watch him. It was like one of the cosign ones when he was like acting like a T-Rex or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He's a funny dude. He's really a funny dude. But a lot of the people right now, they're just using him. I mean, and and with no offense to him, obviously, whenever I said this before, whenever you're 18, 19, 20, and you get all that fame, someone's gonna go to your head. But he's gonna get past this, and he's gonna come back to his senses, and I respect him a lot. But I'm telling you right now, all these people that were in his circle are now against him because they don't want to be canceled or be called egoed or anything like that. But let's be honest, half of that Siege is still alive because of him.
Oh yeah, that's most definite.
And
that is most
there's a lot
definite.
of content creators before Jinxie that were popular on Siege that had that little bit of jealousy when they saw that.
Oh yeah.
They have that thing burning inside of them, saying, this guy saved Siege and I couldn't. I already have the millions of followers. This guy is still all these Fortnite players, all of these. Yesterday I played with Dr. Disrespect.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Bro, a lot of people are playing this game now. And don't get me wrong, a lot of these people don't have the same mindset as a lot of these normal UB people. So they don't care. They'll speak out.
Mm-hmm. They speak out as it is.
They speak out as it is. I mean, shoot.
Yeah.
They talk about Nick Merckx and Activision thing. So if they see something in Siege, hey, Siege, they're not going to cover you. Just being right. Just letting y'all know.
Yeah, I mean it's ridiculous what happened to Nick Merckx. I mean, he has a freedom of speech. 100%. He has a freedom of an opinion, and I think everybody's entitled to it. If you want to go ahead and do a protest, a clean, respectful go ahead. You have the freedom to
100%.
The speech and opinion. He gave out an opinion, but for them to remove his stuff, and then they twist it and they say, well, we don't condone anti. No, it wasn't anti. He just says just leave children alone. It wasn't. That was an opinion that he expressed, and you should respect it. Like if he was to say, "Hey, I want to wear the pride flag on this day, and I want to wear this," all this and that. Not everybody agrees to it, and I think it should be respected. Nowadays, you just got to be so cautious and be politically correct and be careful, because if not, you're going to get canceled. And it's unfortunate. You shouldn't feel that way. If you're not disrespecting anybody, you're not saying hateful stuff, you're just giving out an opinion. Just wait until the kids are just 18 years old to do whatever they want to do or whatever, then fine. That's an opinion. You're saying that. You have the right to say just an opinion. But nowadays it's got to be very, very, very careful and cautious. And the more popular you get, the more eyes are on you, and you got to be more careful. This is why a lot of things happen to you. With Drip, he gives out his opinion. He doesn't kind of care who he hurts or whatever. I know him. I even mod for him. And I'm like, oh gosh, Drip Yardy's on. Let me just make sure he's okay.
He was banned for 15 days the other day.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, wait, don't say. Well, he's giving out an opinion. There's nothing I can do about that. If you don't like it, then don't eat it. Don't watch it. But yeah, coming to about with Jinxie, same way. He, it's like he's young. He's doing what he's got to do. He did save R6 Rainbow, and he did a phenomenal job to it and brought it back. I have Halo friends that's why I posted not too long ago. I got a Halo semi-pro that's looking to play, and I'm like, since when you have interest in playing Rainbow? Oh, because of Jinxie? I was like, oh, God,
Yeah,
really?
everyone's like to me, am I, whenever I see kids at my business, or whenever, I'm doing business stuff and the clients have kids, I ask them, like, what games do you play? They're like teenagers. We play Rainbow Six Siege. Oh, okay, yeah, I played that. By the way, I play that too. They're like, do you know Jinxie? Or do you know Bolo? I'm like, I know them. No, you
Yeah.
don't. And then I'm like, okay, yeah, no problem. Little do they know, it's like,
You play with these guys before, especially Bolo. Yeah, Bolo, I don't know. See, none of the pro players, the big names, could do what actually Jinxie did. You know, one person that I said that really made a big change that also helped out, but he's like quiet, was Serenity. Serenity. If Serenity was ever to like, okay, I want to come back and make a big comeback and put, because he was big on YouTube.
yeah, but remember, Serenity is a guy that he didn't care what Ubisoft said about him. Like, he was the guy that was open from the beginning about political things, about pushes. But he was like, what am I gonna benefit from this if I say something and I just get banned for it? So he left the scene and did what he needed to do. I mean, you had him, his whole stack. Shoot, I forgot his name. I follow him on Twitter. But they're all part of like the streaming group back in the day. It was like Macy J, Serenity. Dude, what is his name?
Godly?
No, not Godly. Godly Noob is another one of them. But no, there's another one. I have to find out his name. I always see his tweets. He has funny tweets now, and I'll find out his name in a second. But yeah, no, they've always like had that persona, but it's because you can't say something
There's
on
KG, but I don't
exact.
think.
No, not KG. No. It was he doesn't stream anymore. Here, let me find out who it
Okay.
was. I'll find out. Don't worry. I'm that type of guy that I'll find out. I think his name is Justin. Not Justin with a 9, but hold up. Anyways, NJ Overclock. NJ Overclocked.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know about him that much.
Yep. They all been part of that group that they don't care. I mean, they stopped streaming purposely and because they don't want to be the ones that we're
If they give an opinion, they're gonna get canceled for it. It kind of, Rainbow Six has changed so much from how it was back in the days. Once I started seeing they start pushing all like this politics and stuff into the game and beliefs and stuff like that, and it's like, okay, wait 1 second, what's going on here? This shouldn't be like that. They should just keep the game as it was. It was just perfectly fine. But then they put storylines and make stuff, and then putting a lot of things that I just think it shouldn't even mix, and it has nothing to do with offense and defense whatsoever. And they just like try to push some certain agendas that they believe that it should be in, and it shouldn't. It has nothing to do. Has nothing to do with the game. And nobody cares about it. They're just playing the game for as it is and having fun, but they want to push us. They want to be politically correct. That's my opinion. Yeah. And I think they should just like, just leave that stuff alone. It honestly, don't get involved.
Leave it out. Just leave it out the game.
I mean, I don't think Counter-Strike is into that. They're pushing their. I don't think so, right?
They still censor people or they ban people. No. I think they have some couple instances of that. But I think they just ban people for saying toxic stuff, or they put whatever they think is toxic. But Siege is like the game. Siege, Valorant, a lot of them, they're the games that censor. But it's like, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you this right now. When I was in the scene, 80% of the pro players had the same thoughts as me, same ideology, but never said anything.
Yeah, I think just
reposted or retweeted whatever the hell they wanted to be retweeted. 80% of them.
Yeah, nowadays everybody's just kind of like hidden with their opinions. They're not going to talk much. They're not going to say anything because they don't want to get canceled out. And then you get this bunch of haters because they don't respect opinions. They take it like is most definite, and they switch it on you. Oh, well, then you're racist, or you're this, or you're homophobe. I just said I just don't agree with this. That doesn't mean
live your life. God gave everyone free will. He gave you He basically told you if you want to sin, go and sin. But just remember, you will not enter my kingdom if you do not know me. In order to know him, you need to know the wrong from right. So, I'm with everyone on this. Do what you want to do. You have free will. You have free speech. You have to do this. You do that. But don't push it towards anyone else.
Yeah.
Don't force them.
Imagine us Christians were to push and demand now that certain organizations and companies, okay, I want to see a character that has a cross, that has the Christian flag, that is a devoted prayer, but he's deadly with a sniper. I want that in the game.
Nope.
Oh, no. We can't have that now. Why not? You allow other things. Let's allow this now. 50-50. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Now, reminder, this is my opinion.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. But if they want to mock it, if they want to mock it, more than free to. More than free to mock Christianity.
Oh yeah, you can mock it all you want. Yeah.
Yep.
That's okay. That's okay. But yeah, no, we're not gonna put that in our games. Yeah, no, that's way too much. You're asking way too much there. It's just crazy. I think the gaming industry just like they're trying to make a small group, because it's not the whole entire world see eye to eye with certain groups because of religious backgrounds and religious beliefs. Certain country has more religious people and they just don't agree with certain things. And it's just sad. I just think they just keep gaming as gaming was, and keep it as it is. Don't mix politics or religious beliefs or anything. Just keep the game as it is. Yeah. I remember the first season 1 of Rainbow. It was beautiful. It was just perfectly fine. There was nothing.
All we had to deal with were cheaters, and we still to this day we deal with them. But
this cheating thing is like going off the freaking hook.
I mean, listen, I've said it before in one of my most popular Twitch clips. I said, listen, no one has an issue with Rainbow Six Siege having a map team, having a design team, having a rework team, having a update team, and having a cheater team. But none of them should do anything until the cheat team fixes their shit or their stuff.
Yeah. That's crazy.
They can wait. They can put everything in a vault, put on hold. I mean, but I'm going to be honest. I've known this from the start. I was in the workshops. I've been in the, whatever it is to help them progress the game. And I was told the engine that they have Siege running on is an old Assassin's Creed engine.
Yeah, that's true. I was told about that as well.
So it's like when you have a leak, like a huge leak in the pipe, and all you do is put a bandage on it or put like a Scotch tape on it. Yes, it's stopping it for 2 days, 3 days, but when it's overflowing, it's gonna pop.
It's gonna bust. Yeah.
So I think in the next year they're gonna make another Siege 2. I think so. I
hope so. Well, now with the Jinxie phenomenon, whatever you call it, they're gonna have to, because more players. So many people just got into Rainbow because of him, and a lot of console players. And a lot of new PC players are just got into the game because of him. We gotta admit it. We gotta call it is that what it is. It's not because of Bolo. Because
a lot of people did get in because of Bolo. Like, don't get me wrong. Like,
they got into it, but it's not like the way he did it. I mean, this guy's bringing 120,000 viewers.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Who else you have seen that brought 120,000 viewers live.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that.
I haven't seen that. So what they're gonna have, they're gonna have to do what Overwatch did. They put to 2.0. Overwatch 2.0, the Overwatch 2, and just do the same thing. Rainbow's gonna have to do the same thing, a 2.0 or 2, make a Rainbow Six Siege 2 in a way, and just improve it and change the servers, upgrade it, because this is actually the game that's actually making them big money.
Yeah.
Especially with all the skins and all the stuff that they put out there.
I mean, their biggest player base has always been console, but the highest peak of players was only like 3 years ago. Like even today with, even today it's still not as it was before.
Yeah.
So I mean, they still have room to improve.
Yeah, I mean,
and they need to fix it, because when console players come to Siege, I mean, listen, the ESGC is keeping the game alive, but the Pro League scene always keeps the game alive until the very end. If your Pro League scene aren't streaming because there's cheaters, and they don't stream, I'm gonna say this: Team Houses ruined streaming for Pro League players. And I've always been a fan of my saying of that. Because back then, in order to play with your friends, you get on Discord, you stream. Now, these team houses, we're in Vegas. Oh, we're here. Oh, we're here. Oh, we're here. Let's go play. Or let's go outside. Let's do this. Which is fine for the mental, but for the game, it's crap. They need to fix the cheating. It's simple. Either they fix it, or they just announce new Siege 2s, and they put an anti-cheat from there until everything else. And you find the cheaters, by the way, I talked to many cheaters before. Many of them. And many of them stopped cheating and went on to pursue other things in life. They would get easy access denial, whatever it is, from inside Ubisoft people. They have connects in there.
Yeah, I think the cheaters on console and on PC, it puts a really big hurt into the game, and it's unfortunate because it comes to a point that some people actually just quit the game.
Yeah,
they'll uninstall it. On console, obviously the cheaters were the ones that uses mouse and keyboard on console, and you got all these controller players going by the book, and they're like, wait one second, this guy's reflexes and reaction time is faster than mine. How the heck? He just like did a 180 so fast, like it takes like within a second. So whoa, well, because he's on mouse and keyboard on the console. And then on PC, you got these wall hackers, and you got people, they already know your location. They could just see you right through walls. And they're already aiming at your head perfectly. They aim out the head. They won't even, I mean, they know to aim at your head when you're about to peek. They know you're not crouching, because if you were crouching, the aim will lower down nicely to hit your head there. So, and it just comes to a point that people just get frustrated. They get upset, and they get ticked off. I seen, like, for an example, I seen KG go through it. I said, streaming, and he's like, he just gets like
Shroud stopped playing for a while because of it.
Yeah, it's like, are you freaking kidding me? Instead of doing something good to help out the community, and you're just making it worse, making people like choose another game because it's just like, it's too much. It's way too much. So I'm thinking Ubi has the money. This is a $1 billion company.
Yes,
it's like, come on, you cannot
it's their
get
best game that makes them money. 100%. It's their best game that makes them money. There's no way in heck it's not. No, I'm telling you, Ubisoft isn't taking its priorities straight. I mean, listen, I've said this before on stream. People thought I was capping, but when they saw me play CS2, or CS:GO, every time, I don't report a lot of people, but when I report people, there's a 90% chance that they're cheating. Out of all my reports, they're cheating. CS:GO, every time I reported someone, A week later, thank you for a report. They have been banned.
Wow.
Rainbow Six Siege, when I know someone's cheating, I just keep playing through the game. I don't care. I used to be in the pro Discord before they kicked me out that would post the clips and they would get banned. Now I just report them. I'm like to my stream, by the way, this guy's cheating whenever I'm solo queue. Or whenever I'm 5-sec and he's not blatantly cheating. A week later, we get the MMR back. I'm like, I knew he was cheating. I know the cheaters. It's an easy tell. It's easy as heck. When I call someone a cheater, I'm not like, don't get me wrong, like 10% of the time I'm like, okay, this guy's just probably cheating. But then now I'm just like, no, I know these people are cheating. It's easy. And especially when you have free weekend or $4 accounts at level 50. People are going to play the game, for 10 days, level up to 50 levels. Every 10 days, they can get 2 accounts to level 50. They make $4 an account. They buy the account for $1. I don't know. It's easy.
Yeah, they be boosting.
Telling you, man. I don't know how the game is $60 and they have accounts for $4. There's something wrong.
There's something really wrong there.
It's an inside thing. There's something wrong. The game costs $60, probably to this day, I believe. How do they have $4 accounts?
Yeah, I think the cheapest I seen it was like $9.99 or something like that on a special. I think the game still is in its 20s or something, $29.99. But it depends which package you get. I know there's one if you want almost all of the operators, you got to spend a little bit more for it. It's just sad. I mean, I honestly think that to be really honest, I think UB should be talking to a lot of top content creators such as yourself. Talk to people that really know the industry, know the game, know the fans, know what people are really looking for. Talk to you. Talk to like Drip. Talk to other top player like Rex, and say, hey, okay, guys, give me the feedback. What is it that we got to do to make this game really, really good? What should we start on? And then get the feedback. I was like really upset when UB decided to take out unranked. That was T-Hunt. That's another one. I mean, they're doing it, but without even putting a vote. Put the vote on Twitter. Put a vote. Should we remove T-Hunt? Should we remove unranked? Unranked. The reason why I liked unranked because it's like ranked, but I didn't have to face the cheaters, and I would still have fun playing the game. I could pick and ban maps, I could pick and ban operators, and still have that sense of rank sensation and playing, but without going through the phase of playing when I'm solo queuing.
Yep.
I don't recommend solo queuing. You're on ranked unless you're a freaking beast. Well, of course, you're a pro. I mean, for a non-pro, he's gonna get shredded. They're not gonna know what to do. It's just stick to unranked. And for you, of course, you be carrying. It's like my other friend, like Packer. He'll be carrying. He does ranked solo queuing. I'm like, Pack, what are you doing? So don't worry, I got this. It's like, dude. But then he's a pro. You're a pro. You guys know how to handle yourself and carry 5 other 4 people. So and then they decided to remove unranked. Now everybody's ticked off. Oh, I missed unranked. Oh, I could have banned this map. I hate this map. So well, if we just don't take it to UB and say, hey UB, please bring back T-Hunt, bring back unranked. Fine. But they just do it without. Here, I'm gonna kiss you whether you like it or not, and they without a kiss, they don't care, but it's just like horrible. Don't do that. Ask your fans what they want. Ask top people that play this game. Ask good content creators. You imagine if, what I was thinking about not too long ago?
What?
If if Jinxie was, because you know how it is, money is what kind of rules everything. If he was to say, okay, Yubi, if you don't bring back T Hunt, I am actually going to delete the game. I will never stream Rainbow Six. Do you think, in your opinion, would Yubi bring it back?
Say that again?
Okay. You know, this is, once again, this is an opinion base. Okay. If Jinxie, knowing how money runs for this game, if Jinxie was to say, hey, Yubi, if you don't bring back T Hunt, I will delete this game and never play this game. Do you think Yubi will bring that T Hunt back?
Yes and no. Yubi's like, Yubi at the end of the day is a $1 billion company. Then give two schmucks about Jinxie who makes what, $10 million a year. Yes, and the fact that they could bring him back because a lot of people do talk about it, do talk about T Hunt. I was one of the people that would turn on podcasts, turn on music, and just play T Hunt for 2-3 hours. That was my aim training. This whole new aim training thing, bull crap.
Yeah.
Bull S. It's since it's been here, I touched it 2 times.
Wow.
2-3 times, yeah. It's crap. What is it? I like to run around. I used to back then on the old house. It was amazing. I like that T Hunt map. They took it out. I used to play Favela as well, the old Favela. It was amazing for T Hunt. Close corners, practice your aim. They took it out, or they remaked it. So, like, what other map am I supposed to put T Hunt on? Like, they keep on making dumb maps. Like, they rework Favela just to keep it in casual and arcade.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things Yui does that's like, dude, get a grip.
Consult with your guys. Consult with
House gets a
these
rework.
players.
House gets a rework. It's not even in ranked. Why rework it? Why? Why even touch it? It's like CS2 made CSGO made CS2. Or Counter-Strike made CS2. Did they touch Mirage? No. Did they touch Dust? No. Did they touch Inferno? Yes, but what did they do? Just update Banana. And like the smokes from Arch or from Team Mid to Arch. Like, guys, you guys don't have to. It's like they're at a barbershop and they just want to try every new hairstyle even though it doesn't match with them.
Yeah.
It's like when you're playing GTA and you go to the barbershop and it's like, oh, okay, I'm trying this one out. Oh, it doesn't work. Try this one out. But in this case, they're not going back to the old one. And no wonder they're going to have issues because they keep on overloading the engine with all this new stuff. And when they try to bring stuff back to fix it, the new stuff is going to get messed up with it. I mean, you got bugs on maps that happen on maps here and doesn't happen on maps here. I'm telling you, it's a concept. I've said it before when I was playing T-Hunt on Favela. Every team needs to know what they do. Every team needs to be able to complete their job because it feels like for the past 3 years, the teams have been doing crap.
You know, that kind of sucks because when they're an organization, and this is, you know, any organization, when they have so much money, billions, they just lay back and they could just care less.
Oh, yeah.
They could just care less. And that, like you said, and that, I didn't see in that perspective. Jinxie does bring 10 million or whatever amount, but, you know, UB has already have billions. So they could obviously care less.
They're not
hungry for money. They're not hungry for money. Now, if there was an other organization that are hungry for money and they don't have billions, I believe, in my opinion, they would have like, yeah, okay, whatever you say goes.
You got to remember,
Fortnite with Ninja. They try to keep him happy in the beginning, remember?
Not just that. I mean, Fortnite was not even that type of battle royale game. It was like a fortress hiding game until they're like, guys, the game's doing crap. Rainbow Six Siege, from when I talk to old school Ubisoft people, because they're my friends, like not my friends now, but they're my friends. They see me at events. They come up to me, and I give them some respect. And I go up to them. I'm like, I'll talk to them like, they tell me, Siege was supposed to just be our year one game. Like, it was not supposed to go on for many years.
It was a money grabber, I heard.
It's like every other game. Like, they were going to make a Rainbow Six Siege 2, then a 3, then a 4, so that every month or every year they buy $60 with like Assassin's Creed. Every year, new Assassin's Creed. Every year, new whatever game. But they saw that they can put in skins. They saw that they can do this. They saw that every season could be different. Oh, $60 every year and we tire ourselves out? No. New map. New battle pass. New this. Oh, 60 just became 100. 100 became 2. 200 became 3. 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6. You think Ubisoft hasn't marketed and made more than $2 billion on Siege in the past couple of years? Bull crap. Bull crap. It's like calling GTA. GTA, obviously, there's more players on it by, a lot more. But GTA in 10 years, like, they make enough money to build the next 6 games if they want.
Right, it's like Counter-Strike.
And look at Counter-Strike. You got gambling in there. And Siege, why you bring in Marketplace when your system is shit or crap? You're just bringing on more terrorists for you. Now you got people stealing accounts and selling the items on it, and now you can't get them back.
I never knew that. Stealing accounts?
Yeah, you go to Ubisoft support, you say that that's your account. The person on the other end who's on the other chat gives it to you, just changes your password, you change the email there, and there you go. All these Pro League players, I mean, that used to have charms from the Xbox Pro League scene, and then they transferred to PC, all of them sold pretty much.
Oh, dang, that's freaking sad.
Yeah.
That's sad.
There's a lot of things Ubisoft needs to fix up on.
They really need to step it up. To be really honest, they really need to step it up in big time. Because if they don't, it's gonna go. I mean, I'm gonna be really honest with you, and there's so much baloney that goes into this, the esports scene that I had to talk to somebody. I'm not gonna mention his name, but he's pretty well known, and I said, listen, I'm about to hang up the gloves. I'm about to freaking hang up the gloves. Say goodbye to the podcast. Say goodbye to all this. I don't want to know anything about Rainbow. I don't want to know anything about this. I just want to go ahead and dedicate my entire gaming experience to Flight Simulator. There, if you go to the Flight Sim community on Twitch, everybody's 30 years up and older. You do see some 20-year-olds, some younger folks.
Yeah,
very few.
They have to be because they got all that money to buy those like actual flight simulators for their home.
I mean, some do that. Some have the money to buy a cockpit, or they build it, themselves. A lot of them are just retired folks, retired pilots. A lot of them, they just have money. They could spend it. Some just have a regular PC with an ultra-wide monitor. And they just fly, make friends, go in groups. Let's island hop. Let's go travel to a place you've never been. Or let's say, for instance, you're from what country you're from? You're from Egypt or what was it?
I'm Iraqi and Syrian, but my ethnicity comes from the first civilization in the world. Babylonians and Mesopotamians were called Assyrians, Chaldeans, and Syriacs.
Okay, so let's say, for an example, about Iraq, and I could say, okay, let's fly where you grew up in when you were a child.
Oh, yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, so what we do is we'll get on these Cessnas, which are prop aircrafts, are just propeller, and we'll just fly, and you just guide the way and give us a tour. But it's real-time flying. It's not like we're going to get there in 5 minutes from the airport. You're going to say, oh, this is an hour and a half away. Well, let's fly there.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's fly. And it does real weather. It connects to the weather channel. So if it's raining, it's raining. If it's not raining, it's not raining. It's windy. It's really, really, really complex, but really fun.
Yep.
And I said to myself, this is what I want. I want to enjoy gaming. And all the stuff that's going on with UV and stuff like that. It just keeps me like, pushes me away. The ego that I see within people. I'm gonna tell you honest, Thomas. There's people that I invited way back when I first started. They're like, nah, let me see how it goes. Nah, it's okay. Now
They're like,
they were
when are you gonna have me
asked.
on?
I asked one person. I said, ask that person. Don't say I told you. Ask them, hey, if Dr. VTax invite you to his podcast, will you go? Come back. Oh, if they say, heck yeah, I'll go on your he'll go on your podcast. Okay, thank you. Now I'll really blacklist that person.
Yeah.
Because when I asked them in the beginning, they were like, nah, it's okay, I'm cool.
But I would be honest with you. For you, with no offense, it's I just don't want to do it in the beginning because I didn't feel like I was.
This is not about you. This with you it's totally because I've always been friends with you. I always liked you,
exactly,
and I know you were going through through some issues. There was a lot of things with you.
And I was traveling too, bro. I was not in America, dog. I was like
I'm
6
talking
times
about...
to Europe. No, but I'm saying like for other people that you're gonna blacklist, purposely bring them on and show them that you made it. Don't give them that thing of, man, this guy's a kid, because I don't want to do it in the beginning. Don't do that to them. Be a bigger person mentally because you're already up there with the Lord and stuff. So be like, you know what? They don't want to. It's like Jinxie. You think everyone wanted to 1v1 Jinxie? You said it before in the podcast. In this podcast,
Yeah.
You think everyone wanted to 1v1 him? No, but right now, you'll see the biggest people. Shroud. You think Shroud, if Jinxie had 1,000 viewers, would have? With no offense, I love Shroud. You think he would have had a 1v1 with him? No.
No.
You think
Never
Dr.
remotely.
Disrespect? Dr. Disrespect? No. I respect those guys. You think anyone else? No. But since he's the big guy now, obviously. So that's why I say for you, learn as a business. They're coming on for a podcast and you're coming on to take his viewers.
That's true.
Take his audience.
Even though I don't stream, this doesn't go on Twitch or any other platform. This is,
audience.
Different. Audience.
Sketch and Jinxie. You think they had a good relationship? What's up, brother, and all that? No, they just do that, get clout, get to sketch. Jinxie uses sketch viewers 100%. Jinxie needs to stay on top. So guess what? He needs to be broadcasted to other people. Kai Cenat. This. So you're going here. Some people are coming back. You're going there. Some people are going from you to there, but you're taking more back. So it's always a business. Think of it like a business. Don't keep the. I used to be like you. You know what, man? These guys didn't give me a tryout. Why am I going to try them out for my team? And good opportunities would go away from me from having a better team.
Yeah, sir. I never saw it like that. To be real, I just kind of felt like, dang, you weren't there for me, and I asked, and
don't think like that.
Supposedly you were cool, and now it's like, oh, screw you, no, you're not that popular. I'm like, okay.
Your emotions are the emotions you have are valid, but when you look at it, you won in the end.
See it more on the business side. You
see more on the business side. Screw them. Bring them in. Take their audience, and then go next. The more the merrier. The more the merrier. Being honest with you, the more the merrier. Because remember, you're gonna have the last laugh. They're gonna be the ones coming onto your podcast. You're not coming to them.
That's true.
So.
That is true. So I never. Well, just to set the record straight, with you wasn't the issue. That's why I reached out to you.
I know. Yeah.
I reached out to you. These people, I haven't reached out yet.
Yeah.
This is why I said I sent others. Hey, ask this and ask that. That's because I kind of like already know what they're gonna say. There's some people that you get the spirit will let you know what type of person that is, and you kind of already know the response they're gonna give without them saying it. And then when you ask, you're gonna already know what they're gonna respond. It's like, I knew it. It's like God is already telling me this person is this way. And that's why I told, hey, ask so and so, and then I was like, okay, cool, I'll go ahead and ask. And then I kind of like knew the response. See, with you, I kind of knew. I thought always you would be okay, but I was like, man, he's going through a lot.
Oh no, I
kind of felt bad that you didn't get picked up and all this stuff, and you had a lot of things going on, and then you kind of like went off the scene. I haven't seen you stream in such a long time. And then I was gonna ask Packer about you. I was gonna say, ask Packer, is Thomas okay? I haven't seen him stream in a long time. So I kind of like left you on your own, let God process you.
Yeah.
You had to, and that's when I started
always have
seeing
to.
you. I said, "Bro, you down for it?" And you're like, "Yeah, I'm down."
Yeah, I always was down for it, but just like, so
Yeah.
sometimes like it's not that you don't want to open up books, you just don't want to bring out like the past. And sometimes me, I'm like, I'm at that point in life where if something happens, I just shrug my shoulders and go next.
Yeah.
I'm
You keep
money,
on moving forward.
It's not even money is an issue. I mean, today I have money, tomorrow I don't. I tell God always, all the time, if I go back to square zero, thank you for that. I'm not set off in life, and I probably won't be until a couple more years. But I'm happy where I'm at. I'm happy with what I'm doing. But money is not. After playing with money, after traveling the world, after doing what I did, I saw the beauty in not just the money, not the worldly things. I saw the beauty in people. I saw the beauty in culture. I saw the beauty in religion. I got one more trip that I'm going to be planning, and it's going to go see like two things. It's going to be Jerusalem when things get better, to walk where Jesus walked, and it's going to be the Vatican. Even though there's a lot of issues with the Vatican, whatever, the clergy, I don't care. Start a Catholic Church. I'm gonna go there, see it, because my village is the start of my Chaldean Catholic diocese. So when I went there, it's like, everything is. I'm like I said, I'm happy, and I can't wait until I get more happy with what's planned in the future for me.
I think God has a really big, bright future for you.
100%. I'm
I
just
feel
getting
it.
tested right now, and I'm getting ready for it.
Yeah. I mean, let me tell you something. A lot of people, I study the Bible. I studied quite a bit for many years. And my professor, he's a phenomenal professor in theology. A lot of people would come up to me, "Oh man, but I'm a sinner and I did this, I did that, and I have a lot of things." I go, "Listen, do I need to get baptized? Do I need to get this? What happens if my mom, my dad wasn't baptized and they died?" And I said, "Okay, cool." I said,
No one knows the answers.
Let's go to the Bible. You ready?" They're like, "Yeah, I'm ready." Okay, there was Jesus. There was two thieves on the cross, right? They're like, "Yeah." I said, one of them said, "Hey, if you're the Son of God, why don't you get us down and get us out of there and freed us, right?" They go like, "Yeah." What would the other one said to him?
Other one said, he literally said, "Remember me when you enter thy kingdom."
Boom. What else did he say? Nothing else. And what did Jesus say to him? Go ahead.
He said, "For so I tell you, when I enter my kingdom, thou shalt be on my right side, or shalt be by my side."
You should be with me in the paradise. Now, question. When did he got baptized?
He never got baptized.
Oh, when did he confess that the Lord, I accept you as my Lord and Savior?
He literally minutes before death. But
now, let me tell you.
Good.
Him believing. He believed. That's why he said, "Just remember." The comfort in my heart is only for you to remember me. I am not worthy. I am not even worthy to ask you to save me, but just remember me. That will give me comfort, because I'm a sinner, I'm a thief, and I deserve to be here. And he said, God knew his heart so well that he believed in him. That thief stole this way to heaven.
He did. Listen, but a lot of people like to switch up that thing. Oh, so if Hitler killed 6 million people in a second before death, he confessed that he loved Jesus Christ. It's
Negative.
Like
he
that.
needs a true repentance.
You need a true repentance. And listen, everyone in this day and age, whether they have social media or whether they're not, whether they're old or whether they're young, they have been told that there is another God compared to their God. And his name is God, the Father, Jesus Christ, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So letting everyone know social media is out there for everyone. Even the people that live in the wilderness that have missionaries go to them, they are told about them. So no one is not known except for like obviously babies and whatever. Like I'm with you on
Hmm.
that, kids. But Jesus said, if thou are like this child, you will see the kingdom. So
If you're not
children,
like this child, if
yeah,
you're not like a
if you're
child,
yes,
yeah.
exactly. So children, babies, I mean, come on, man. Just because you're not baptized doesn't mean they won't enter. But like I said, I still don't know. I can say this confidently. VTAG doesn't know. I can say this confidently. My priest
Hmm.
doesn't know. I can say this confidently. The Pope doesn't know. No one knows. But I'll tell you right now, only them up there know.
Yep. Nobody knows the time you're gonna pass or where you're gonna go. Just
Or
as
where you're
long
gonna go.
now, you would know yourself if you go according to the Bible and to what the
Even
Lord
that,
said.
even though we had a,
It's,
it's kind of sad. Yesterday morning, in our Eastern time, which was nighttime for Australians, a
hmm.
famous Assyrian bishop from Babylon, and he's Chaldean, Syriac, whatever,
Hmm.
was attacked by an assailant from a different religion. I won't say the religion just to cause issues. Um, by a knife, and the knife didn't open. And he was stabbed, but it didn't open correctly. And it's all over Twitter. The bishop's name is Mari Emmanuel of the Ashurian Church, which we say Assyrian, not the country Syria, but our reign as a civilization. We are the first people to accept Christ, and then also we come from Iraq, present day Turkey, present day Iran, present day somewhat of Syria. No, no, all of Syria, Iraq, some of Turkey, some of Iran. Guess what? He was the type of person that says, even if I die, I don't know where I'm gonna go, but I cannot wait to be with God and Jesus Christ. No one knows, because no matter how much good you do, giving 10,000 phones away is not gonna get you to heaven. Getting $10 million
yeah, it's
dollars
not by
away,
your works. It's not
not
by
by
your
your
works.
works. Your faith is the one that matters, and because even the faithful person will say, I hope I see the kingdom of heaven. Because when you believe an actual belief, even though I wish as a believer I get to heaven and I say I'm going to get to heaven, I do not know. I still need to face that judgment day, but I'm doing my best to be as close, as perfect as the cloth of the robe that Jesus was wearing. Not even him. I want to be as close, as perfect to the cloth that he was wearing.
Wow, that's amazing. That's deep.
Yeah, man. This is when you think about and anyone that says, listen, you can be Catholic, you can be Orthodox. Those two are like my favorite things to say. I mean, if you're Christian, Protestant, whatever, just remember, the person that actually started the church wasn't Martin Luther, wasn't whoever it is, wasn't an Anglican. It was Jesus Christ. The founder is Jesus Christ. Just follow the Jesus Christ way. Have a relationship with him. Talk to him. Say the prayer. Jesus Christ, whoever's in my life and that is not for me and moves me away from you, I'd rather be 1,000 miles away from him than a minute. Push those prayers, say those prayers, and you'll see people that you would hang out with a snap of a finger be pushed away like they're two countries overseas over.
That's amazing. I always have that John 3:16. As always, I see that. It's amazing.
It's not. There's a lot of good quotes. You have Philippians. You have John 3:16. I like Romans. I think it's 8:18. Is it?
Hmm.
Uh, for you are the Lord. It's like whether you live, whether you die, you are the Lord's. Something along those lines. Romans 8:18, I believe. It's or no no. Whether whether you live or die, you belong to the Lord. It's Romans 14:8. I'm sorry. Whether we live or die, we are the Lord's. I'm going to read the Catholic Bible version. Where is it at? Right here. Right here. For if we live to the Lord, and if we die to the Lord. So then whether we live or whether we die, we are the Lord's. Another reason for that is in the Old Testament, from dust to dust. So all go into one place, all are of the dust, and all turn to dust again. No one has lived for 1,000 years. No one has stayed alive that saw Jesus. No one stayed alive to see the Babylonian era. We are just descendants, and we go from the word to the word. So life is not infinite.
Yeah, I was trying to see the different versions of it. Yeah, that's on point. That is nice. Now, is there a particular verse that helped you while you were going through your moments of like we have? I'm sure we have listeners that are going through some scary moments, like moments that family member or loved one that is sick. But the moments that your unfortunately your father passed away. Is there a verse that helped you out and kind of like still helps you out today?
I have them on my computer. I'm looking through them. There's one, Mark 10:27. Jesus looked at them and said, "With men it is impossible, but not with God, for all things are possible with God." That's one. And it's said multiple times in the Bible. Matthew 17:20. Our faith can move mountains. You can literally move a mountain. I mean, there's been instances in Middle Eastern countries. I think one is one of the language speaking. I speak the language of Jesus Christ, like Assyrians, Chaldeans, and Syriacs. We speak the language of Jesus Christ, which is Aramaic. There's a place in Syria called Ma'lula. It's a town in Syria. The story goes that like there was a lady back in the day, a nun, whether she was getting chased or something along the lines, and she was running through this mountain. And this is why there's a monastery now there, and there's Christian living people there, and even the Muslims that live there speak the language of Jesus. She was running, and she said, and she was praying, and she said, "Please, please, God Almighty, Lord Jesus Christ, get me away from these people." And the mountain opened to a point where there was a doorway for her, and she went through. And they lost track of her. It was either a lady or a guy. And it's beautiful. There's literally mountains. There's 1 Peter 5:7. Cast all your anxieties on him because he cares for you. I'm gonna give you the one that actually like was on my dad's memorial card. I just gotta look for it. Okay, Matthew 5:4. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. And it's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. People don't realize the Bible. Even
infinite.
on Google. Like we can go to Google right now. I'm gonna open up Google. Boom, boom. Bible quotes about fear. Isaiah 41:10, first one. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. There's a lot of them. Let's just say Bible quotes about wealth. Let's say that. Honor the Lord from your wealth. It is a good thing to receive wealth from God. We will bring our first fruits to the Lord. All Old Testament. How about health? There's everything about it. And there's
everything.
Even if you want to talk, nevertheless, I will bring health and healing to. I will heal my people and let them enjoy abundant peace and security. You got, let's say the one about revenge. All right. Let's go for the main one. 1 Peter 3:9. Do not repay evil with evil or insult with insult, or on the contrary, repay evil with blessing. Or on the contrary, repay evil with a blessing, because to this you were called, so that you may inherit a blessing. Make sure nobody pays back wrong for wrong, but always strive to do what is good for each other and for everyone else. Deuteronomy 32:35. It is amazing, this one. It is mine to avenge. I will repay. In due time their foot will slip. Their day of disaster is near, and their doom rushes upon them. And a lot of people will take this and say, "Oh, but Jesus Christ doesn't say that." But Jesus Christ himself, the Son of God and God himself, he said, "I am not here to erase what my Father has done. I am here to complete it." Back then in the Old Testament, in order to forgive yourself for sins, you would need to sacrifice a calf, a sheep, all the healthy animals that were very good, unleavened bread, stuff like that. And then, they call that the altar of sacrifice. Now the sacrifice is a piece of bread on the altar. It's still an altar. It's just a different type of sacrifice.
That, not for none, that is like kind of deep, because back then, a sin could have been, okay, you literally.
No, the sins. No, I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm going to say this. The same sins that we have now happened before.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's like when Moses went ahead and said, okay, part of the commandments, if you sleep with your neighbor's wife, and stuff like that. Jesus just like did a 2.0 on it. Okay, if you just even think about it, he made it tougher. You're committing it, and it's like, oh gosh, not even worse.
A big sin for me. A big sin for me, man. The first one says, "Do not have any gods before my God," right, or before your God. I get on my phone before I pray, so I'm putting worldly things before God. I'm supposed to give him thanks. That's a big sin. You are 100% right on this, man. Like it's a hard thing to do as a Catholic Christian nowadays. You are fighting second in and second out, day in and day out.
Wow, it is, and and I don't want to talk about gaming.
No.
You know how many people that put gaming first than their family, put gaming first over everything. And then they get into the gaming, then they get to content creation, then they put money first over everything. People that have betrayed friends over content creation, over money, over fame, over popularity. Yeah. So they like, forget about you now. I don't need you anymore. I got so and so to play with now, and just betrayed people. And they just put this like a god they created before God, and it just, at the end of the day, they screw themselves over, because it is what it is. At the end, when you start noticing that things are not going right, well, you know what? If you didn't put this in first over your family, over God, you know what? You wouldn't be in the state that you're in right now.
I mean, bro, I say it. The last thing I will say about the Bible, everyone that reads the Bible already knows the end. The good person died for the evil, not the evil person for the good. Remember that. The good person died for the evil. And Saint John, I believe the apostle, or Saint John, yes, in the book of Revelation says, we are all disciples. We are all here to spread the word of God and to bring all nations closer, not by force, but I will tell everyone that listens today, yes, I am part of Jesus Christ's nation. If you hit my left cheek, I will give you my right. But if you stand there and try to persecute me, I will stand right back up and give you my left. I have the right to defend myself, just like Daniel and the lion, and David and Goliath.
Yeah.
We all remember, a slingshot took down a giant. by the power of God's name.
Yep.
And don't persecute my people, because I'm ready to fight back.
Very much true. I have a question. You play with you played with Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah.
You know him quite some time.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know him. But he's a chill dude. I mess with his vibes. He's not bad. But shout out to my friend Atheno, Jacob. He invited me 4 days ago. He said, "Yo, we need a pro with us," and Atheno's not a bad dude. I always gave him respect, and he showed me respect back. You gotta know. I mean, you know me, man. I give people respect until they end up not giving me respect.
Yeah.
And I showed them respect, and he showed me a lot of respect back. So.
How was it playing with Dr. Disrespect? Was it fun, the experience?
It was fun. I mean, you gotta remember, he's playing with 4 people he's never played with before, so he can't really be himself.
Okay.
And yell and stuff. But we were trying to get him to yell. We were trying to get him to have fun. He was having fun. Athena was coaching him a lot. I was trying to help him coach. But with that type of guy, when he already has the aim and he already has the mechanics because he played PUBG, other games, H1Z1, you gotta let him feel the game. And he's not dumb. He used to be a map design expert, so he knows what goes in and out inside of a map. So he's telling us tips about how the maps are crap, how the maps are designed like crap. I mean, he's not trying to cut connections with any Ubisoft people, but he's an honest person, and I like when when you have people like that. So I respect them the same I respect everyone else.
Are you guys thinking about playing again with each other? You guys exchanging info or contact information? Okay, we could hook up, and this is my information.
I didn't do it. I told Athena, if you ever need one, let me know. But for me, with a business, I kind of, towards the end of the week, I'm 5 days busy. So my pretty much open days are Monday, Tuesday, where I'm resting. I told you that Thursday. I told you.
Oh, yeah.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I cannot do anything. That's why next month, for the past 2 months, 3 months, I've been 24/7 busy. That's why May wise, I'm taking pretty much a whole month off, and some people are kind of annoyed of that or irritated. But I said, man, after working more than 50 hours, 60 hours every week, and then plus having hobbies and activities to attend to, whether streaming or nonprofit organizations or networking, you're spending another 20, 30 hours a week. So, yeah, you're going to be physically drained.
Yeah. Freaking alarm.
You're good.
Yeah. So yeah, it'll be kind of nice to see you back grinding with him. That was pretty fun.
I want to do content, man. I'm a big content guy. I just need time to edit and upload clips. But other than that, I want to play content or do content.
That'll be nice. I mean, because his vibe with you, with the stack you guys had, it went really chill.
No, it was good. It was good.
Really good.
No,
you didn't
it was
feel
good.
all toxic and craziness and going,
No.
it's okay, this is tolerable. I could sit here and just
we won all games. We won all the games. It was 4 champs and 1 copper, and we got them up to silver. And because obviously you're gonna get only 4 elo a game, but we played
so who he knew
12.
for him to agree. I mean, how that?
Atheno.
Oh, so he knew Atheno.
Either they got in contact with each other or what, but because Doc wants to play with semi-pros. He wants to play with semi-pros and pros. So he was he got into contact with the content creator, and then obviously the only semi-pro there was me. It was me, Skittles, Pox, and Atheno.
Oh, Pox also played with you guys?
Pox on locks, yeah, he played with us, and it was good, and it wasn't bad. He had a motivation to play the game, and when I saw that, I was kind of happy. I was like, dude, I watched this guy on PUBG all the time back in the day. Now he's playing Siege. It's kind of crazy. And I'm in a lobby with him.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. That's fun. Well, Thomas, I know time is of essence, brother, and we could keep on going on for hours.
We can. I know we can.
Especially we talk a little bit here and there, a little about gaming, a little bit about our beliefs in the Lord and all this stuff. And that's to set the record straight to everyone that's listening. Remember, this is for entertainment purposes. Nothing we're saying here is officially like this is how pinpoint against an org or whatever.
Yeah.
It's all opinion based, and so that's a disclaimer. So just so you guys know, this is just opinion based.
If anyone gets mad, they can.
It's an opinion based thing, and it's all for entertainment. So a podcast is we're just giving out an opinion. It's nothing like deep official what's going on or whatever, etc. You take it as it is. You want to believe whatever you want to believe. So.
Yep.
But other than that, yeah. So, Thomas, I give everybody a minute or two. Give them the stage, the microphone, so you could tell everybody about your where they could find you. What are your accounts, your socials? The stage is yours. Go ahead. Where they can reach you.
Man, you can find me on all social media, Thomas without an H, spelt out. So TOMASWITHOUTANH. Obviously on Twitter, it might be like without the A because, someone already had it. But like if you guys search it up, you guys will find it. On TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, or X. And, I'm going to be doing content and hopefully uploading a lot during May. And hopefully now, but just schedule's overloaded. And I appreciate VTach for bringing me on. And Rainbow Six Siege isn't a bad game. It's just some people behind it need to be fixed and need to be put in place. And my last thing, may God, the Holy Spirit, and the Lord Jesus Christ bless you guys all.
Okay, folks, you heard it from the man himself. Please follow him on his socials, on Twitch. He is phenomenal person, player.
Thank you.
He is very funny. You'll start laughing. He has this laughter about him. Trust me, you're going to love it. Brings really good vibes. Follow him on Twitter so you get the latest updates. And trust me, you're not going to regret it. You're going to have a lot of fun. Okay, folks, you know what time it is. So we'll have something new coming up pretty soon. Till next time, may God bless you. Peace.
Thank you for listening to the Dr. VTach Show, and don't forget to click follow.